The rain had been falling since morning, not the kind that rushes down in sheets, but a soft, patient drizzle that seems to blur the edges of the world. It slid gently down the campervan windows, tracing slow, meandering paths across the glass as the gray light of evening settled over the Norwegian fjords. Inside, everything glowed a faint amber, the small reading lamp above the bed, the stove's gentle flame, the reflection of it all in the windowpane. You could almost believe the rest of the world had gone still, folded away behind mist and mountain, leaving only the sound of rain and the hum of the van's little heater. You sit back in your seat and listen. The rhythm of the rain blends with the faint ticking of the engine cooling down, a lullaby born of travel and quiet. Beyond the glass, the fjord lies shrouded in silver mist, its surface rippling softly with raindrops. A few lights glimmer far off, a cluster of cottages perhaps, or maybe a ferry moving slowly across the water. The air smells of pine and wet earth, of the sea mingling with mountain air. You pull the blanket closer, the fabric warm from the heater, and let out a long breath. The day has been long, the kind of long that leaves you both tired and deeply at peace. You remember the road that brought you here. It wound through valleys where waterfalls spilled down black cliffs, where sheep grazed in open fields beside the water. Every turn revealed something new, a glimpse of snow on a distant peak, a reflection of clouds caught perfectly in a still lake, a tunnel carved through stone that opened into light again. The campervan hummed along, steady and sure, like an old friend who knew the way. At every stop, you'd step outside to stretch, to feel the air, cool and sharp with rain, alive with the scent of moss and lichen. And then, when the drizzle began again, you'd climb back in, the door shutting with that familiar soft click, and the world would shrink once more to this small, glowing space. Now, parked beside the fjord, there's nothing to do but listen. The rain makes its music, the wind hums softly through the trees, and the van creaks gently as it settles into stillness. Every sound feels deliberate, slow, steady, soothing. You make yourself a cup of tea, the kettle hissing quietly before falling silent. The steam curls upward, fogging the window for a moment before fading. The warmth seeps through your hands, through your chest, spreading outward like a tide. Outside, the mist thickens, wrapping the world in layers of blue-gray. You can't see the mountains anymore, only their shapes hinted at, like ghosts behind the fog. The lights on the far shore blur into golden orbs, reflections trembling softly in the water. Somewhere out there, a lone bird calls, its voice faint, stretched thin by the rain. The sound lingers, then disappears into the quiet. You switch off the small lamp for a moment, and the van falls into half-darkness. The only light now comes from the faint glow of the dashboard and the dim shimmer of the world outside. The rain catches what little light there is, turning every droplet into a tiny spark as it slides down the glass. You close your eyes and listen again, to the rain, to the soft murmur of the fjord, to the sound of your own slow breathing. Everything moves in rhythm. Everything is calm. In this little cocoon of warmth and sound, time becomes soft. It stretches and folds, until you're not sure whether it's night or morning or something in between. Maybe it doesn't matter. The road outside will still be there when you wake, winding along the edge of the fjord, climbing through forests of birch and pine, curving around cliffs where waterfalls fall like threads of silver. For now, though, the journey has paused. The rain is your companion, the night your shelter. You pull the blanket tighter around yourself and lie back, your head resting on the soft pillow by the window. The hum of the heater fades to a whisper, barely there. The van creaks again, a small, contented sound. Somewhere in the distance, thunder rolls gently, low and far away, like a giant turning in his sleep. The rain answers, soft and steady. You imagine tomorrow, waking to mist rising off the water, to the pale light of dawn breaking over the fjord. You'll brew fresh coffee on the small stove, the scent filling the van as the first birds begin to sing. Maybe you'll drive north again, up through the winding roads that lead deeper into the mountains. Maybe you'll find another quiet place to park, another small corner of the world to rest in. But for now, none of that matters. There is only this moment, this perfect, rain-drenched pause in time. The tea has gone cool in your cup, forgotten. You set it aside and close your eyes again. The sound of the rain changes, softer now, finer, like threads being drawn gently through fabric. It merges with the sound of your breathing, the faint ticking of the cooling metal, the heartbeat of the world at rest. The air grows warmer still, thick with the scent of rain and pine, and every muscle in your body begins to loosen. Sleep comes slowly here, like mist rolling down a mountain. It doesn't rush or pull, it simply arrives, calm and certain, wrapping you up the way the fog wraps the fjord. You let it come, your thoughts fading like the last light through the rain. The van rocks faintly as the wind passes by, a lullaby in motion. Outside, the world blurs completely. The water, the shore, the sky, all one soft shade of gray-blue. The rain keeps falling, steady and kind, whispering against the window like an old friend telling you that everything is all right. And in that moment, that breath between waking and sleep, you feel it deeply, the peace of the road, the quiet of the rain, the vastness of Norway stretching endlessly beyond the mist. Everything slows, softens, fades. You are warm. You are safe. You are drifting. The campervan hums softly in the night. The fjord dreams beneath the rain. And the road, that long, winding, beautiful road, will wait for you until morning. The sound of the rain fades into something softer now, not gone, just quieter, the way sound feels when you're half asleep and the world has become more dream than real. The gentle patter on the roof turns into a rhythm, steady and lulling, almost like breathing. It merges with the faint hum of the heater, the slow pulse of your heartbeat, the creak of the van's frame settling into stillness. Every noise becomes one sound, one rhythm, one calm. You drift. In your dream, the rain has stopped, and the mist is lifting. The campervan moves again, gliding along a narrow road that hugs the side of a mountain. You aren't driving, not really. The world is moving around you, and you're just there to witness it. The air outside glows silver blue, the clouds parting to reveal streaks of pale northern light curling through the sky. The colors shimmer like ribbons, green, violet, faint pink, shifting gently, as if painted by breath. They reflect off the wet road, so that every puddle gleams like glass, holding pieces of the sky within it. The fjord stretches out below, calm and endless. The peaks rise steep and dark, their tops powdered with snow, and between them, thin waterfalls pour like threads of silk. You pass small villages nestled at the water's edge, their windows glowing amber in the soft twilight. Smoke drifts from the chimneys, curling up and vanishing into the damp air. Every house feels like a lantern, warm, alive, safe. You can almost feel the warmth from within them, the faint smell of baked bread, the hum of quiet conversation, a dog lying by a fire. It feels familiar somehow, like a memory you never had but recognize anyway. The road curves, and the van hums softly along, the tires whispering over damp gravel. You roll the window down just a bit, and the cool air rushes in, clean, earthy, touched with pine and salt. The northern lights brighten now, spreading wider across the sky, spilling their glow over the mountains and the fjord. You look up, and for a moment the entire world seems to pause, the road, the van, the air itself, holding still to let you see. The colors move in slow waves, green melting into blue, blue into violet, violet into the softest silver. It feels alive, not just above you, but around you, within you. The mist rises again from the valley, drifting upward in slow curls. It wraps around the van as you drive, softening the light, blending everything into a dream of motion and stillness. You could drive forever like this, the hum of the road beneath you, the lights above, the silence of the fjord beside you. There's no destination now, only the journey itself, stretching endlessly through calm and color. Eventually, the road narrows and the van slows, pulling into a clearing surrounded by pines. You turn off the engine, and silence rushes in, a deep, vast silence, filled only by the faint rustle of the forest and the distant murmur of water. The air is cool but gentle. You step outside, and your boots sink softly into moss. The world feels alive around you, breathing, shimmering, waiting. Above you, the northern lights move more slowly now, their colors dimming to a soft glow. The fjord below reflects them perfectly, so that it feels as though the sky and the earth are touching, meeting in still water. You can hear the faint drip of rain from the trees, though the storm has long since passed. Each drop falls like a note in a lullaby. You sit on a smooth rock by the edge of the water, wrap the blanket around your shoulders, and breathe in the night. The silence is deep, but not empty. It's full of everything, every memory of the road, every sound of the rain, every dream of distance and warmth. You close your eyes, and the air hums softly in your ears, as though the world is whispering to you. You feel it then, that quiet, endless connection. The way the road stretches not just across land, but through you. The way the mountains seem to hold you in their vastness. The way the light above flickers like the beating of a calm heart. There is no loneliness here, no rush, no need. Only peace. You breathe out slowly, your shoulders sinking lower. The air feels heavy now, thick with calm. The northern lights fade into faint streaks, then dissolve into the stars. The water stills completely, reflecting the constellations like a perfect mirror. A thin wisp of fog moves over the surface, and the world becomes soft again, blurred and quiet. You return to the van. The door shuts gently behind you, and the heater hums to life once more. You lie down, pulling the blanket up to your chin, your body sinking into the mattress. The faint glow from the window washes over you, moonlight mixed with the last glimmers of the aurora. The air smells faintly of pine and rain and comfort. Outside, the forest murmurs. A distant waterfall whispers like a song you can almost remember. The van creaks softly, the metal expanding and cooling. Every sound folds into the rhythm of your breathing until there's nothing but the rise and fall of your chest, the faint pulse of the world around you. Sleep drifts closer, slow, inevitable, kind. It moves through you like a tide, gentle and sure, pulling you deeper with each breath. You feel weightless now, as if floating through mist. Every muscle loosens, every thought softens, every sound fades to hush. The rain begins again, light as a sigh. It taps gently against the window, tracing tiny rivers that shimmer in the faint moonlight. The sound merges with the rhythm of your breathing, inhale, exhale, rain, hush. The world outside fades completely, and only the warmth remains. You are safe here, in this small cocoon of quiet and rain, beneath the wide northern sky. The journey will continue, but not tonight. Tonight is for rest, for the stillness that comes after the long road. The fjord dreams. The forest breathes. The rain whispers its steady song. And you drift into sleep, carried softly through Norway's endless night, wrapped in rain, cradled by light, held by the road in the dream. The night deepens, and the rain grows even gentler, not falling now, but floating, as though the clouds themselves have grown tired and are resting just above the earth. The world outside the campervan has melted into shades of blue and silver. Every sound has softened, every edge has blurred. The only light comes from the faint glow of the moon, hiding behind clouds, its light folding through mist and settling quietly over the fjord. Inside, the air is warm and still. The heater hums its steady tune, a low vibration that seems to settle into your bones. Your blanket holds the last of the day's warmth, and beneath it, your breathing moves in rhythm with the world, slow, easy, effortless. The rain taps against the roof with the softness of fingertips, a sound that never hurries, never demands, only comforts. You can feel the journey in your body, the gentle fatigue that comes after a day spent on the road, the kind that isn't heavy, but peaceful. Every muscle is softened now, every bit of tension dissolved into the quiet. The hum of the van feels like a heartbeat, your heartbeat, steady and calm. You are not moving anymore, but the feeling of motion remains, like the rocking of a distant sea, a rhythm that holds you, carries you, cradles you deeper into rest. The forest outside whispers through the rain. You imagine the trees, tall and still, their branches dripping slowly, their roots deep in the soaked earth. Somewhere in the distance, a river moves, not rushing, just murmuring softly, like the world's own lullaby. The sound threads through the night, winding through the valley and up the mountainsides, echoing faintly through the mist. And then, beneath it all, another sound, faint but there. The call of a loon from across the fjord. It rises softly, mournful and beautiful, then fades into silence. The echo hangs for a moment before dissolving completely, leaving behind a silence so deep it feels sacred. You breathe in, and the air feels endless. You breathe out, and the world exhales with you. The lights from the far shore are nearly gone now, only faint pinpricks through the fog. The rain glows faintly as it falls through them, golden threads dissolving into silver mist. The night folds inward, wrapping around you like a blanket, soft and protective. There is nothing beyond this space now, no road, no time, no thought. Just warmth, sound, and stillness. Your eyelids grow heavier. The rhythm of the rain slows with your breath, matching it perfectly. Inhale, rain falls. Exhale, it fades. You can feel your body sinking deeper into the bed, melting into it, as though the van itself is holding you. The sound of your heartbeat joins the rain, a steady pulse beneath the quiet, each beat softer than the last. Outside, a gust of wind moves gently through the pines. You can hear the branches sigh, the needles brushing softly together. The van creaks a little in reply, a soft wooden sound, tired but content. The heater hums lower now, a quiet warmth filling every corner of the small space. The smell of rain and pine and earth lingers in the air. You imagine the road stretching out beyond the mist, winding through valleys and mountains and meadows. It will be there in the morning, waiting, patient, bathed in silver light. But right now, it feels infinite, like it has no end, like it continues not just through Norway but through dreams themselves. Your thoughts grow slower now, softer, less like words and more like shapes, feelings, colors. You see flashes of green aurora above the fjord, the shimmer of water beneath it, the glow of a single lantern hanging by the van's door. You see the rain glowing in the moonlight, falling slower, slower, until it becomes almost still. Sleep hovers close, tender and quiet. It doesn't rush you, it waits, kind and patient, at the edge of your breath. You drift toward it, floating in warmth, carried by sound and light. You are half in the van, half in the sky, half in the dream of Norway itself. The boundary between waking and rest has dissolved completely now, like mist over still water. You are safe. You are calm. You are home, not in a place, but in a feeling. The rain continues its soft rhythm. The heater hums one last quiet note. The world holds you gently, as if it knows you've earned this rest. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let go completely. The fjord whispers. The night sighs. And you drift, weightless and warm, into a sleep as deep as the northern sky. The rain fades to nothing. The world goes still. And everything is peace. The silence that follows is complete, not empty, but full of something vast and kind. The rain is softened to a whisper, the world breathing quietly all around you. The air feels heavier now, thicker with calm, and each breath you take feels like it reaches all the way down to the earth beneath the van. There's a sense that everything, the sky, The mountains, the water, even the quiet itself, is alive and watching over you. You are barely awake now, but even in that liminal haze, there's awareness, a peaceful knowing that you are safe, that the night has wrapped you in its arms and won't let anything disturb your rest. The heater hums its last faint breath before clicking softly off, and in the stillness that follows, you can hear the faint patter of rain again, a rhythm so gentle it's almost like a memory. It falls on the roof, on the window, on the moss outside, blending with the soft sigh of the fjord below. Your body feels lighter, softer, as if it's slowly dissolving into the warmth. The blanket against your skin feels like the perfect weight, comforting, grounding. You shift slightly, finding that last small position of ease, and everything in you relaxes. Your shoulders fall away from tension, your hands unclench, your jaw loosens. Your breathing slows to the rhythm of the rain, in, out, in, out. The mist outside is almost invisible now, melted into the night air. The stars have begun to peek through, tiny and faint, glimmering through veils of cloud. You can just make out the faint shimmer of the aurora returning, pale green and silver, soft as breath. It flickers quietly above the fjord, reflected in the water's glassy surface. The whole world feels like it's rocking gently, as if the night itself is humming a lullaby. You imagine floating, not in the van anymore, but in the air above the fjord, carried by the soft rhythm of wind and rain. The air is cool and tender, brushing your face like silk. Below you, the van glows faintly, a small, golden light in a sea of blue. The mountains rise around you, ancient and unmoving, guardians of the silence. The waterfalls glimmer like threads of moonlight, flowing endlessly, singing softly as they fall. The dream deepens. You drift higher, through thin mist and pale light, until the world below fades into stillness. There is no edge here, no horizon, just soft, glowing air stretching forever. The rain becomes starlight. The sound becomes a song. It moves through you rather than around you, a slow pulse of peace, a whisper of sleep. You feel as though the night is breathing for you now, every inhale, a tide of warmth that fills your chest, every exhale, a release that carries all the weight of the day away. There's nothing to hold on to anymore, nothing to think about, nothing to do. You are free to drift. The world continues to turn beneath you, the fjord resting in its cradle of mountains, the forests whispering in the dark, the van holding your sleeping body close. The rain falls, soft and even, each drop a small, silver note in an endless song. The stars pulse faintly above, their light filtering through the clouds in shimmering threads. Everything has slowed. Time has gone thin and quiet. You are somewhere between the waking world and the dream world, that gentle borderland where thought fades, and only peace remains. If you listen closely, beneath the rain, beneath the quiet, you might hear the faint hum of the earth itself, that low, eternal sound that has always been there, older than language, older than memory. It's the same hum that fills the fjord, the same rhythm that moves the rain and breathes through the trees. It's in your chest now too, slow and steady, reminding you that you are part of it all, that you belong to this calm, this night, this endless, dreaming world. The van rocks once more, barely perceptible, as the wind sighs past. Your body doesn't move anymore, you've already let go. The night settles around you, heavier now, deeper. The rain slows until it's only a faint whisper against the glass. The air cools slightly, and your breath grows softer, shallower. And then, quiet. True, complete quiet. The kind that exists only at the edge of sleep. Your body is warm. Your mind is still. Your heart beats slow and steady. You are drifting now, further and further, into the softest dark. Outside, the fjord shimmers under the moon. The mist curls around the pine trees. The last raindrops fall and rest on the moss. The van breathes in silence. And you sleep. The night holds you. The road dreams beneath you. The stars watch from above, patient and kind. There is nowhere to go. Nothing left to do. Just this peace, warmth, and rest. Sleep comes in waves, gentle, slow, endless. Each wave softer than the last. Each wave carrying you deeper. And in that depth, there is only one thing left: the steady sound of your breath, the warmth of the blanket, and the quiet hum of the world, keeping you safe until morning. Sleep now. Sleep deeply. Sleep without dreams. The night will hold you. The rain will sing for you. And when the sun rises over the fjord, you will wake rested, softly renewed, carried home by the gentle roads of Norway. The night drifts on in silence, a long, silvery quiet that feels like eternity. The rain, now no more than a whisper, seems to fall inside your dream rather than outside the van. The world beyond your eyelids has melted into a haze of faint light and soft movement. You can almost see it, the reflection of the moon on the fjord, the faint breath of fog rolling through the valley, the outline of the mountains guarding everything in stillness. Your breathing slows even more. Each inhale feels like it stretches the whole length of time. Each exhale fades into the sound of rain. The rhythm is perfect, nothing forced, nothing to change, nothing to think. The van creaks once in the cold, as though sighing with you. The air inside grows cooler, the kind of cool that makes you want to curl deeper into the blanket and let the warmth of your body carry you away. The mist outside thickens again, soft and gray, brushing against the van's windows like a slow-moving tide. It catches the faint light of the moon and turns it to liquid silver, shimmering just for a moment before it fades. Somewhere far off, a waterfall murmurs through the stillness, a deep, endless sound that seems to come from inside the earth itself. The fjord answers with a low ripple, a soft reply. You dream that the van has begun to move again, slowly, almost imperceptibly. It glides forward through the mist, wheels whispering over wet gravel, headlights cutting pale beams through the rain. You are not driving, you're floating, watching the world unfold around you. The road curves gently along the edge of the water, and every turn reveals something new: a cabin glowing faintly in the trees, a bridge arched over a silver stream, a single deer standing still in the mist, watching you pass. The rain grows lighter still, only the softest taps against the windshield now. The sound blends into the hum of the tires, into the sound of the fjord, into the steady rhythm of your breath. It's as though the entire world has fallen asleep, and the only thing left awake is the dream of motion itself. The mist parts for a moment, and you see the horizon ahead, faint streaks of pale color gathering behind the mountains. The first hint of dawn. It isn't light yet, not truly, but it's there, a promise, a warmth waiting beyond the darkness. The road unwinds toward it, gentle and sure, a line drawn through mist and memory. You follow it without thought. The dream begins to blur again, soft around the edges. The line between the van and the fjord, the road and the sky, your breath and the rain, all of it dissolves into one. You are the sound of rain. You are the hum of the heater. You are the fog curling over the water. You are the heartbeat of the earth beneath you, slow and strong and infinite. You drift deeper. The world becomes pure sound, rain, breath, silence. A rhythm older than thought. A lullaby that never began and will never end. You feel yourself sinking into it, the way a pebble sinks through still water, slow, certain, peaceful. There's no resistance. No fear. Just the soft descent into warmth and stillness. Your body feels weightless. Your thoughts have gone quiet. Only calm remains. Outside, the fjord glows faintly now with the first light of morning. The rain stops completely. Drops cling to the van's windows, catching the pale dawn and breaking it into tiny sparks. The sky shifts from blue to soft gray, then to the palest pink. The mist begins to lift, curling slowly away from the water. The van sits quietly at the edge of the world, a small home in an infinite landscape. Inside, everything is still. Your breath is slow, steady, soft. The blanket has grown warmer with your sleep, your dreams woven into its folds. The heater hums faintly again, a low reminder that morning is near. The forest wakes around you, not loudly, but gently. The first bird calls, a single note that echoes softly through the pines. The sound is delicate, like the day itself is taking its first breath. Somewhere far away, a door opens, wood creaking, and the faint scent of smoke and bread drifts through the air, the first hint of someone waking in a nearby cabin. But you are still asleep. Still resting. Still floating in that deep, perfect space between night and morning. The rain may have stopped, the sky may be lightening, but your body knows it can rest a little longer. The world outside can wait. The road can wait. For now, there is only peace. Only breath. Only the warmth of your own heart echoing softly through your dreams. The fjord lies still. The van rests in silence. And the sky, now painted with dawn, keeps its promise that every journey, no matter how far, always ends in rest. You are home. You are safe. You are free. Sleep holds you one last time, deep and kind and endless. The world outside brightens. The day begins. But you remain within the quiet, untouched by time, wrapped in the warmth of rain and road and memory. And somewhere far above, a single bird circles through the morning mist, its wings carrying the last whispers of the night away. The soft gray of dawn deepens slowly into pale gold, spilling gently over the fjord and lighting the mist from within. The world outside the campervan begins to shimmer as the first rays of sunlight find their way through the clouds. The air is still wet from the night's rain, every branch and blade of grass jeweled with tiny droplets that glint like glass. The water below remains calm, mirroring the pastel sky in smooth, rippling strokes. Inside the van, the light filters through the curtains, faint and diffuse, brushing your face in the gentlest way. It feels like the world's softest wake-up call, not a sound, not a command, but an invitation to rise slowly, if you wish. You stir, but only slightly. The blanket clings to you, heavy and warm, and your body hums with the weightless peace of deep sleep. Your breathing remains steady, your mind hovering between dreams and morning. Outside, the day continues to bloom. The forest breathes, the trees stretching and shaking off the rain. Birds begin to sing in earnest now, their voices weaving through the air in a chorus that feels alive with light. Somewhere, a brook trickles between stones, joining the faint hum of the waking earth. Every sound is soft and patient, like it knows that this is not a day to rush, but to unfold. The van glows golden now, sunlight glinting off its wet surface. The faint smell of rain still lingers inside, mingling with the scent of pine and the faint trace of tea from the night before. You can almost hear the echoes of the road that brought you here, the curves through misty valleys, the tunnels cut through mountains, the steady rhythm of tires whispering over wet stone. It feels distant now, as if it belonged to another life, another dream. You roll slightly, nestling deeper into your pillow, feeling the faint vibration of the heater as it hums quietly to life again. The warmth touches your skin, sinking deep, as though the van itself is offering one final comfort before you wake. But even as the light brightens and the sounds of the forest grow, sleep still holds you, not as a grip, but as an embrace that hasn't quite let go. You dream again, softly this time. You're standing at the edge of the fjord, the morning light spilling across the water, turning the mist to gold. The mountains rise all around, vast and ancient, their peaks still brushed with snow. The air is crisp, pure, each breath a cool thread through your chest. The world feels vast but kind, stretching endlessly in every direction. There's no sound but your own heartbeat and the quiet pulse of the earth beneath your feet. You kneel down and touch the surface of the water. It's cold but welcoming, smooth as glass. When you lift your hand, droplets cling to your skin, reflecting the sky, tiny mirrors holding all of Norway inside them. The air smells of rain and sunlight and pine, of beginnings and endings. You can feel it, the stillness before motion, the peace before the next journey. In the dream, you turn toward the van. It waits by the road, patient, small but strong, a beacon of warmth in the mist. The door is open, the interior glowing softly with golden light. You take one last look at the fjord, the world shimmering in its quiet majesty, and then step back inside. The door closes with that familiar soft click, a sound that feels final and safe all at once. And when you sit again, wrapped in your blanket, the engine hums softly, ready to go wherever the road leads next. There is no destination. No hurry. Just movement, just light, just the slow unfolding of another day. The dream begins to fade again, its edges blurring, colors softening into gray. The sound of the road melts back into the rhythm of your breath. The van, the fjord, the mist, all of it settles into a single, infinite calm. You breathe once more. Deeply. Fully. And everything goes still. Outside, the day is alive. The sunlight spreads across the mountains, spilling over rocks and trees, turning the damp forest floor into a mosaic of gold and green. The fjord glimmers quietly under it all, waves lapping gently at the shore. But inside the van, inside your world of warmth and sleep and dream, the quiet remains. You are suspended in that perfect in-between, where waking has not yet arrived and sleep has not yet left. The air hums softly around you. The rain's memory lingers. The night's peace still holds. The world will wait. The light will wait. The road will wait. For now, you rest. The story lingers in the air, the rain, the mist, the road through Norway. It stays with you, a quiet echo beneath the surface of your dreams, reminding you that peace is always waiting, whenever you need to return. The journey continues, but not yet. For now, there is only this, a warm bed, a whisper of rain, a sky turning gold beyond the glass. Breathe in. Breathe out. You are safe. You are home. You are loved. And somewhere in the distance, the road hums softly, patient and infinite, ready to meet you again when you wake. The air in the van grows still again, carrying that faint, earthy scent of morning after rain, clean and endless. The softest light now rests on your face, a fragile warmth that feels like a lullaby made of sunlight. You stir only slightly, as if caught between two worlds, one where the road awaits, stretching out across the mountains and valleys, and another where time has no meaning, only peace. The rain has stopped completely now, but its rhythm lingers inside you, echoing faintly, like a song the world has forgotten to stop singing. You can almost hear it when you close your eyes, the steady, comforting pattern of droplets against glass, woven with the sound of your breath. Every inhale feels like the tide coming in, every exhale like the tide retreating again, smooth and eternal. Outside, the fjord is waking too. The mist has thinned to delicate ribbons, drifting lazily over the surface of the water. They catch the morning light in soft glimmers, like threads of silver silk unraveling across the landscape. The water itself ripples once, twice, as if stretching after a long sleep. Even the mountains seem gentler now, their reflections soft in the fjord, their peaks painted in quiet gold. The van hums faintly, its metal body absorbing the warmth of the rising sun. You can hear tiny sounds, the faint creak of the chassis as it expands, the whisper of a breeze nudging against the door, the distant cry of a seabird gliding across the sky. These sounds fold together like a woven blanket of morning, not loud, not sharp, but perfectly balanced. You shift again, your body heavy but relaxed. The blanket hugs you, trapping the night's warmth against your skin. Your mind is weightless, thoughts move slowly, gently, like clouds drifting without aim. You think about the road, about where it might lead, the hidden villages tucked between valleys, the quiet cafes by the water, the endless pine forests standing sentinel along every bend. You imagine yourself driving again, but not rushing, just gliding through the day, the rain beginning to fall again, the road curving endlessly forward through a landscape that feels alive, breathing with you. You picture the headlights slicing through mist, the sound of tires on wet gravel, and the cozy glow of the dashboard lights inside the van. Outside, the rain becomes heavier, rhythmic, tapping out a lullaby you could never grow tired of. The sound becomes the only thing that exists, the steady, soothing percussion of peace. You feel your body grow lighter still, drifting deeper into that gentle rhythm. The road begins to fade. The mountains dissolve. The fjord becomes light and then silence. Only the feeling remains, the endlessness of it, the quiet joy of simply being. You are everywhere and nowhere at once, a thought floating on the wind, a ripple on the water, a heartbeat beneath the rain. Your body relaxes completely now. Each breath grows slower, deeper, more peaceful. You are safe. You are warm. The van, the world, the rain, all of it holds you tenderly, as if the universe itself is whispering, "Rest now." Outside, the sunlight continues to climb, touching everything with gold. The forest glows, and somewhere far up in the mountains, a thin waterfall begins to sparkle in the light. The fjord gleams like liquid glass. Time slips away quietly. And then, as if the world understands your need for silence, everything stills again. The wind calms. The birds grow quiet. Even the water smooths to glass once more. The entire world seems to pause, not in waiting, but in reverence. The sound of your breath is the only thing that remains. Slow, deep, peaceful. Each inhale brings calm. Each exhale releases the last of the waking world. You are floating again, weightless, timeless, adrift in warmth and sound. The rain begins again in your mind, soft, rhythmic, endless. You hear it falling on the van's roof, on the fjord, on the winding road that disappears into mist. It blends with the faint hum of the engine that no longer runs, the echo of the wind that no longer blows. Everything merges into a single sound, the sound of peace itself. And as your thoughts fade into that sound, you feel yourself dissolve into it too. The edges of your mind blur and soften. The world outside fades away entirely, and what remains is stillness. You drift deeper, farther, beyond the van, beyond the fjord, beyond the sky. You are the mist now, the rain, the light. You are the road winding forever through the heart of a sleeping world. There is no destination. There is no end. Only this moment of perfect calm, stretching on forever. Your breath slows. Your heartbeat softens. The silence deepens. The story ends, but the peace does not. You are home. You are loved. You are safe. Sleep now. Sleep deeply. Let the rain carry you all the way into dreams. The stillness deepens until it feels like the world itself has gone to sleep beside you. The sound of your breath mingles with the soft hum of the morning, faint, slow, perfectly even. The light outside has become a silken gray again as new clouds drift over the fjord, soft and heavy with the promise of another gentle rain. The world is wrapped once more in quiet. You drift in that silence, wrapped in warmth and calm. The van feels like a cocoon, safe, steady, eternal. You can almost hear the faint ticking of cooling metal beneath the surface, the heartbeat of a traveler's home at rest. Every part of it seems alive, not with energy but with peace, the kind that hums quietly, softly, endlessly. Through the curtain, you can just make out the outline of the fjord. The mist has thickened once again, swirling lazily in pale ribbons that rise from the water and disappear into the mountainside. It feels almost like a dream remembering itself, repeating, returning, softening into something more abstract and infinite. The world outside is still beautiful, still vast, but it feels smaller now, not because it has shrunk, but because you've expanded. You've become part of it, as if your breath has blended with the air, your heartbeat with the slow rhythm of the earth. The thought brings you a quiet smile. You don't move, not even your eyelids, but inside, you feel it, a small, content curve of gratitude. Gratitude for the road that led here, for the rain that fell, for the stillness that followed. Gratitude for the quiet, for the time, for the simple act of being. The rain begins again, just barely. At first it's only a whisper, a few drops against the van's roof, scattered, uneven. Then another. Then another. Slowly, the rhythm builds until it becomes steady once more, soft and delicate, like fingertips drumming lightly on fabric. You can hear each droplet fall, separate but harmonious, their pattern soothing and slow. The sound fills the small space like music, weaving itself through every breath you take. Outside, the fjord responds. Tiny rings appear on the water's surface, spreading outward in perfect circles, meeting and overlapping and fading again. The ripples catch what little light remains and shimmer faintly, as though the world itself is sighing in contentment. The trees bend gently under the weight of the rain, their needles glistening like threads of glass. Inside, you remain still. The sound of rain becomes the entire universe. Each drop falls in rhythm with your heartbeat. Every echo folds into another until there's no distinction between what's inside you and what's outside. There's only calm, vast and endless. Time doesn't pass here. It lingers. It rests with you. Minutes, hours, they lose their shape, melting into one long moment of peace. The rain continues, steady and quiet. The mist thickens and fades and thickens again, the light shifting imperceptibly between silver and gold. Everything breathes in slow cycles, like a sleeping giant, or like the earth dreaming itself into morning. Your body feels lighter with each breath, as though gravity itself has loosened its hold. Your thoughts dissolve completely, melting into warmth, sound, and rhythm. The rain, the van, the fjord, the road, all of it becomes a single, infinite hush. The sound of rain becomes softer still, fading into the distance. The mist curls low, tender and dreamlike, and the last bit of morning light fades into gray once more. The forest sighs, and even the birds quiet down. The world takes one long, deep breath. And then, stillness. Pure, unbroken stillness. Your breathing slows to match it, slow, deep, perfect. The silence around you isn't empty, it's full. Full of safety, of warmth, of the quiet certainty that everything is exactly as it should be. In the far distance, beyond the fjord, a single beam of light breaks through the cloud cover, faint, soft, but steady. It stretches across the water like a promise, illuminating a small patch of forest on the opposite bank. You can't see it clearly through the mist, but it doesn't matter. You know it's there, a quiet reminder that somewhere, the day continues. But here, in your cocoon of warmth and peace, time stands still. The rain falls on, the fjord breathes softly, and you, weightless, resting, safe, drift deeper into the quiet. Sleep comes to you now, gently and fully, without effort. It moves through you like the tide, slow and inevitable, carrying every thought, every worry, every piece of waking life away. You sink into it easily, naturally, with the same trust that the rain has in the earth. The sound of your breath fades into the rhythm of the world, rain, wind, silence, sleep. You are gone now, not lost, but at peace, part of the great hush that stretches across the mountains and fjords and forests of Norway. The world holds you softly. The rain sings to you quietly. The road waits for you patiently. And you are asleep, floating through the dream of the earth, held in the arms of everything.